In this episode, we're going to talk about how to earn your investors' trust. More specifically, we're going to talk about integrity. Stay tuned. Welcome to another episode of Same Page. I am Lenard and this is my lovely wife. In today's episode, we're going to talk about how to earn your investors' trust. So we've been doing a three-part series. Now we're on the third part right now, and today we're going to discuss integrity. So Sarah, if I mention integrity to you, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
To me, integrity means being trustworthy and also doing what you said you were going to do.
Absolutely. So to follow up on that and to go even deeper, it basically comes down to you doing your due diligence when it comes to you analyzing these deals. Also, it involves actually following through on what you said you were going to do.
Mm-hmm. So as an investor, what I feel like it means is when you come to, a money partner,
Mm-hmm.
when you're trying to raise capital, you have to make sure that whatever the deal entails, whatever you present to your investor,
Mm-hmm.
you have to deliver that.
Yeah.
I know that things come up, you planned on obviously all the tenants paying the rent, and all of a sudden you have two tenants in a fiveplex not paying the rent. It does impact your cash flow.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to do everything in your power to deliver on the interest or whatever
Was agreed upon.
In the sense that if they're expecting 5% return, 8% return, 10% return, 15% return, then you deliver that. And sometimes it might mean that you may be losing money on an other end, in the sense that maybe you're not paying yourself as much just to make sure your investors are taken care of, but you have to be a person who follows up on what they said, because an investor, if you do a good deal with them, they could invest with you for the rest of their lives.
Exactly.
But if they have a bad experience with you, then that trust is broken, obviously, and they're less likely, and I would say even impossible, that they would invest with you again.
And that's why you have to be very transparent. Sarah and I think that comes to us pretty naturally. We're very open as to not only the process that we go through, but our wins and our losses. Oftentimes, and I'm sure Sarah alluded to this in other videos, is that wherever you see on social media these days, it's mostly all people's wins. You don't get the true sense or through context of what everyone's going through, because no one puts out there their failures and their setbacks. As much as those are difficult at the time, but once again, you definitely learn more from those failures. And then when it comes to being to having a sense of integrity when it comes to these deals, you need to be honest with your investors. As much as it may be a difficult conversation, at the end of the day, they will definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, and I think one way to kind of mitigate the risks that you're taking is to plan for the unexpected.
Yeah.
So for example, if you think the project is going to take 6 months, plan 9 months, right? Tell your investors it's probably going to take 9 months. And then if you do end up completing it in 6 months, then they get to have their money back earlier. So I think using these little tricks to help you kind of give you time, or even plan more money than necessary. Again, if you don't need all that money, then great. But if you do, then it's available.
Exactly. So that's why we are ready to say when it comes to integrity, it really comes down to delivering on the promises that you made initially, and just being transparent and being open to your investors, and having that open line of communication.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's what basically what integrity entails.
Absolutely. Well, that wraps up our three-part series on how to earn your investors' trust. I'm hoping that these tips were very useful. Once again, we talked about having confidence, being credible, and also having integrity. If you have any questions, please DM us. Once again, like and subscribe our page. And until next time.
Yep. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to live your truth.